This video will demonstrate how to generate the Hello World program. This video is part 1. Be sure to watch part 2 for the thrilling conclusion. If you are not already at the universe, you can navigate to the universe from wherever you are. We want to make a new main function, so let's go to My Main Functions Are and click New. Every main function has a file name. We cannot use the function name to distinguish two mains, so we use the file name. The file name will become Hello World, and press the return or enter key, which makes it take effect over here in the right-hand window, showing the generated code. We then want to navigate to the body so that we're inside the main function and add a new member to the compound statement, which will be an expression statement. Here is the expression statement that we want to make. A binary operator of less than, whose operands are a binary operator of less than, and cout and hello world, and then endl. You can do these three at the bottom in any order, but I'll do it from left to right because that's the traditional way to do it. So let's make a new, scroll down to binary operator here, and then say I want a less than operator here. This is an FYI, for your information. It says you have not yet chosen which overload of less than you want to use. We're going to postpone dealing with that until part 2 of this video. Let's scroll down and look at the operand 0 and operand 1. Operand 0 will itself be a new binary operator whose operator is less than. Its operand 0 will be a new, well, we want cout. I don't see any way to do it except a use of a name. Now you may happen to know that cout is a namespace member, which is a non-member. You can click here. The ... means you have another decision to make, and it is a non-member variable. So now we have a use of a non-member variable in expression context. Which non-member variable do we want to use? Well, first you have to choose the namespace. Let's choose std because that's where cout is. And then we can choose a use of a non-member variable, cout. There is exactly one candidate, and that's what we want. Let's now navigate to my owner, and we see that the operand 0 of less than is cout. What about operand 1? Scroll down to make a new expression literal. The ... means you have more decisions to make. It is a string literal, it is a non-raw string literal, and it is an array of const char. The value will be hello world, and then press the enter or return key to make it take effect. Navigate to your owner, and the first leftmost less than is complete. So navigate to my owner, and we now have to go and add endl. That's operand 1. So let's make a new expression use of a name and say same thing. It's a non-member variable, which namespace std, and now you can choose any non-member variable in std. So let's choose endl, and it says no, that is not a non-member variable in std. Okay, we've made a mistake. We assumed it was a non-member variable. Let's undo the last change we made. We do not want a use of a non-member variable, so let's undo. We now need to replace this missing expression with ENDL, but it's not a variable. So let's make a new use of a name and say, well, I don't know what it is. It's not a variable. So let's search by name. We say ENDL and it says there's only one and it's a function. It's not a variable. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. But looking it up by name finds the one and only ENDL. We then navigate to my owner and we see the full and complete output of hello world. Again, we are missing a use of a function overload, but we'll come back to that in part 2. Let's navigate to the surrounding function, which is main, and we see the full and complete output of hello world and ENDL. The Semel Editor also knows that you were using two things, cout and ENDL, which can be found in IOStream, directly or indirectly. They might be in OStream, which is included by IOStream, but the Semel Editor generates all of the includes that you need. Let's not lose our work by saying save Semels. The default is in your home directory. Let's call this one hello world. It doesn't need or want a suffix, and you say save. Because it might be a very large program, saving the Semels might take time, so we tell you when we're starting and we tell you when we're done. Now let's export all of the C++ code that you see here. Again, there may be a lot of it, so we'll tell you that we're starting. And where do you want it to go? It starts in your home directory. Choose that one and say save. The code is exported. It's saved and exported. You can now quit. If you go to that directory, you will see a new directory called export followed by a date time stamp. The reason that this is the way it is to make sure that the next export cannot accidentally overwrite the previous one. Every export gets its own unique date time stamp. So let's go into that directory. Look and see what we have. We have the Hello World program. We can cat it. We can compile it. And we can run it. We have now completed part 1 and created the Hello World program, but please do watch part 2. There's a lot more to talk about. This concludes this video. Thanks for watching.